What's up, players? Today we got a video for Conor McGregor and how do I think he's gonna perform against Dustin Poirier in 2021. Um, this hyped up fight against Dustin Poirier. It's gonna be a good one. So this is what I got: Cowboy, welterweight weight cut, and top contender. Alright, so I'll break these down. I'll tell you guys what each one of these means. So start off, Cowboy. Is Conor gonna be a little rusty or something like that? Start off with Cowboy. We seen last fight we seen Conor fight was against Cowboy. It was in the beginning of the year. Obviously, it was like a 40-second finish. Everybody was saying no, Conor looked great. 40-second finish, shoulder strikes, this and that. To be honest, I agree with that. You can't. It's not easy to just do something like that to somebody. But I feel like part of it was Cowboy. Doesn't show up in the bright lights. I know Joe Rogan was bashing Stephen A for saying that Cowboy didn't show up, that he quit. I don't think Stephen A was saying that he quit. I think he was just saying that Cowboy, the nerves get to him. He gets a little nervous and he doesn't perform to the best of his ability. I think that's what Stephen A was trying to say. I think Joe Rogan took it the wrong way and started saying that he called him a quitter. I don't think he quit. I just think he just, the moment was a little bit too big for him. You know what I mean? Got a little too nervous. So I think that's part of the reason. I think Cowboy wasn't probably the best opponent to do that on. I feel like if Conor would have done that on somebody like maybe just like Perez, even somebody that's you know what I mean, that is gonna show up, then it would have been more like, oh man. But it kind of takes away from Conor's finish because it's against Cowboy that doesn't really show up in the big moments. So we didn't really get to see what Conor is really about. We didn't really get to see his striking, his hands. We got to see his kicked him in the face. But that's about it. You know what I mean? So we didn't really get to see Conor full game, full striking. You know what I mean? To see what he looked like since he was gone for a while. Right? Then next up is welterweight. The fight was at welterweight. So going into this fight, when I saw McGregor, he looked huge. I feel like welterweight maybe it isn't the best idea for Conor. I think he looks a little bit too big. I think he'll be a little bit too slow. He'll still be good, but I think he'll be like too slow. And I think his game for his type of fighting, the way he fights, he needs to be a little quicker, faster. So I think lightweight is perfect for him. Right? So I think welterweight maybe he didn't have to cut weight, but I feel like it made him slower. But this next fight is gonna be at lightweight, so I feel like the fact that he fought at welterweight doesn't really matter. And then he's gonna have to weight cut. The weight cut next up. Is it gonna affect him? Maybe. He hasn't done a weight cut in how long? I don't even know how long it's been since the Khabib fight. He hasn't done a weight cut. Is it gonna affect him? Is he used to it? You know what I mean? If he hasn't done a weight cut in such a while, is it gonna affect him more than it would usually affect him if he had just done it? If he's kind of used to it, not used to it, but since he hasn't done it in a while, is it gonna be a little different? Is that going to take a little toll on his body? If the answer is yes, then you might be in trouble. If the answer is no, then you're pretty much good to go. But the last thing, the most important, is that if your answer was yes, for this, it is going to affect them, then you better say hello because, you got a top contender. You got Dustin Poirier looking better than ever, ready to go, motivated, wants that championship. feel like if Conor comes back, his old Conor, if he gets even a little rusty from maybe from not fighting in a while or from the weight cut, whatever it is, you got a motivated dude coming for your head, trying to take your head off. And Dustin Poirier. But is he? I feel like if he's good, he has to face a top contender. He might. Nah, I don't think he'll be able to knock out Poirier because I don't think. I think the only reason he knocked out Poirier was because they were in featherweight. I feel like now Poirier has shown that he could take a shot. But I feel like Conor's a little rusty, and he has to face a top contender. He's gonna be in trouble. Just what it is. Poirier looking amazing at 155 these last few fights. Like his striking, everything has looked good. But I feel like if there's one guy to beat him aside from Khabib, it's gonna be Conor. But I feel like Conor has to be on his A game to beat him. He has to be on that old Conor that we've seen in order to beat Poirier. Because a Conor that's not really focused. I think he's gonna take it out by Poirier. But as of what we've seen, Conor looks pretty focused. So we're gonna have to see, is Conor gonna come back motivated? Is anything gonna affect him? Or is he gonna come back fresh as ever, looking like before, motivated, and trying to get that championship again? We'll have to see. But yeah, I feel like there's some of the things we should look out for. The fact that his Cowboy win was it his amazing performance, or was it Cowboy not performing under the big lights? His last fight was at welterweight, so he hasn't fought a lightweight fight in quite a while. Is the weight cut gonna have a toll on his body since he hasn't had a weight cut in a while? And how is he gonna manage the weight cut? How much is he gonna cut? And then he has to face the top dude. He has to face the best guy on the division aside from Khabib, obviously. As his first fight coming back. So let me know what you guys think. Y'all think any of these things are gonna affect him, or y'all think he's gonna just come back like before and just dominate? Let me know what you guys think. Comments. Subscribe to your boy. Peace.